screen is so small, Sandy. How do I make it loud? Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Global Digital
Digital
Global
Success.
digital
success
success.
talk.
Welcome, everyone, and happy and blessed Monday, and happy June 1st, or the first day of the month. So today's topic will be the following.
Okay, welcome to our Global Digital Success Talks. Today, we will be talking about from burnout to balance, why more people are redefining success in the digital era.
Yes, thank you, Isabel. Yeah, so that's what we're going to be talking today. But before we dive into our topic, let us introduce ourselves. So, hi, everyone. My name is Sandy. I'm originally from Panama, but currently reside in Surrey, British Columbia, Canada. I also work in the movie industry, and I'm a proud digital business owner and mentor.
Hi, my name is Patsy. I'm originally from Brunei. Now I'm residing in Edmonton, Alberta, with my husband Joseph. Now we are digital business owner and mentor.
Hello, everyone. My name is Connie. I'm originally from the Philippines. Mabuhay to everyone, and I'm here now in BC, Canada. And I'm a wife, grandma, great grandma, and a proud digital business owner. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. Thanks, Sandy, for having me here on this platform. My name is Sylvia. I'm originally from Africa, Zambia, and now I've been in Canada for almost 5 years. I'm a grandma and a mom of 4 grown-up kids. And I now am a citizen of Canada and a proud digital business owner.
Good morning, everyone. Happy Monday. My name is Isabel. I am from Mexico. I am a wife, a mother, a grandmother, and a former educational assistant, and now a proud digital business owner and mentor.
Hello, hi everyone. My name is Yesenia, but everyone knows me as Jessie. I'm a nurse by profession. I live here in Ontario, Canada, but I'm original from Cuba. I have my online business as well, and I'm a mentor.
Thank you, everyone. So now let's dive into our topic for today.
Global digital success talks from burnout to balance. Why more people are refining success in the digital era.
Yes, thank you, Patsy. Yeah, so that's what we're going to be talking today. So welcome back again to another episode of the Global Digital Success Talk. And today we are discussing a topic that resonates with people across different countries, professions, and backgrounds. For many years, success was often associated with working long hours, climbing higher, and staying busy. But around the world, many people are beginning to ask different questions. Questions about balance, questions about well being, questions about purpose, questions about the kind of life they want to build. So today we will share 6 observations about why success is being redefined in the digital era. And for that, we're going to be talking about the following points. Today's points: number one, more people are prioritizing time alongside achievement. 2, burnout has become a global conversation. 3, technology has expanded learning opportunities. 4, community has become more valuable than ever. 5, adaptability is becoming a competitive advantage. And 6, success is becoming more personal. Thank you, Sylvia. So that's what we're going to be talking today. So let's dive into our first point.
Okay, so more people are prioritizing time alongside achievement. And for many years, I believe success meant working harder, achieving more, and constantly checking the next box. As an immigrant, as a mother, and someone who spent more than 20 years in the corporate world, I was proud of my work ethic, my commitment, But eventually, I started asking myself an important question. What is the point of success if I don't have time to fully enjoy the people I love? And I know many people are asking the same question today. People still value ambition, people still want growth, and people want to achieve great things. But now more people are also valuing time with family, personal well being, and meaningful experiences, and the flexibility to be present for life's most important moments. And, I've learned that success is no longer just about what you accomplish, it's also about how you live. And for me, one of the greatest gifts has been having more moments with my children, being present with my grandchildren, and creating memories with my family, being there for my parents, and building a life that feels aligned with my values. That's why I believe we are witnessing a powerful shift. People are simply People are not simply trying to earn a living anymore. They're becoming more intentional about designing a life that actually they actually want to live, a life that they can enjoy, a life where they can be present to witness every milestone for their children, their families, and being present for their elderly parents as well. So yes, achievement is good to have, but it doesn't really have much meaning when you're missing the people you love most. Thank you.
Thank you, Isabel. So yeah, so Isabel just talked about more people are prioritizing time alongside achievement, and like she mentioned, more people are looking, yeah, for time, but to have time to spend, with the family, with like she mentioned, the kids, spending time with the kids, see those milestones, and also spending time with their parents and taking care of your health, because sometimes you neglect that. So um it's not anymore about what we used to believe, but it's more about prioritizing the time alongside those achievements. So thank you, Isabel. So now we're going to be moving to the second point. Oh, before, sorry, Sylvia, before we go, we do have some comments here. So we do have a horror emoji from Gemma Taberna. So thank you, Tabernaiston. Thank you, Gemma. Thank you for watching. Thank you for the heart emoji. We also have a comment from Daxi and Don. So good morning, Washington, Surrey, BC. A fresh start of June 1st, 2026. Congratulations, everyone. And Isabel also say, true success is not only measured by what you achieve, it's also measured by the time, freedom, and meaningful moments you create along the way. So there you go. And we also have a like emoji from Daxiandon. So thank you for all the comments. Thank you for watching. And thank you for your like emoji. All right. So go ahead, Sylvia.
Yeah, burnout has become a global conversation. Conversations about burnout continue to increase worldwide. Many people have experienced stress, exhaustion, overwhelm, emotional fatigue. More individuals are recognizing the importance of sustainable growth. Long term success requires sustainability, not a constant exhaustion. So, here we can see that success used to mean working harder, not now it means living better. When I think about the topic from burnout to balance, it really resonates with me because for most of my life, success meant working harder, longer hours, and carrying more responsibility. And that's how I lived. I started working when I was 19 years old until 55, 60. In fact, I stopped at 60. And I thought, at what cost? What have I done? I spent 25 years in hospitality management. The work was rewarding. Yes, I did well. I was successful. Like many people, I believe that I worked harder. If I worked harder, success would eventually come. And while hard work is important, there comes a point where you start asking yourself, at what cost? Where am I now? What have I done? Was it worth it? Today, more people are redefining what success looks like. success is no longer just about a job title, you know, um, how busy we are, how hard we work. It's about having choices. It's about having time for the family, time for yourself, and the freedom to enjoy the life you work so hard to build. I've worked hard. I've been successful, but I really haven't seen my children grow up. They left when they were young. They went to school in other countries. I miss so much. They got married. They had grandkids. I haven't really seen my grandkids grow up. It brings a lump in my throat when I talk about it because I only saw them for a month in a year and I had to go back and work harder again and work harder so I could come back and see them. So, really, I could say now that the digital era has opened up doors that didn't exist years ago, you know. That's why we are where we are. Um, People are realizing that they don't have to follow the traditional path anymore. They can learn new skills like we have. I mean, I just turned 65 2 days ago. I didn't realize I'd ever be doing anything like this, these computer skills. That we're learning more skills. We're building something online. We're creating additional income streams without sacrificing every hour of our day, you know? So for me, balance means having the ability to work from anywhere, spend more time with my children, my grandchildren, and prepare for my future without feeling like I'm constantly chasing the next paycheck. So I think that's why so many people are exploring the new possibilities today. They're not necessarily looking for work. They're looking to live more, you know, they're looking for more way to create income while also creating a life they actually enjoy. So I could say to end this is the quality of your life now depends on the quality of your decisions. Yeah.
Thank you, Sylvia. Okay, so Sylvia just talked about burnout has become a global conversation, and just like Sylvia mentioned, more and more, a lot of people, are trying to build that success or trying to have that financial stability, but at the cost of working long hours, which it comes with a lot of stress, exhaustion, you know, and emotional fatigue because it's also on the mental side too. So that's why, it's becoming more and more a global conversation for a lot of people. All right, so let's move on to the next point.
So point number three, technology has expanded learning opportunity. People can now learn from anywhere. Access to education, mentorship, and global communities has increased dramatically. New skills can often be learned regardless of age, background, or location. The ability continue learning has become a valuable asset. The ability to learn may be one of the most important skills of the modern era. And this is so true, mi gente. Many years ago, if you want to learn a new skill,
Oh, she's frozen.
Sorry, I was muted. Yeah, I think we lost connection. I don't know, Jesse, if you can hear us. There you go.
okay, so do you guys hear me now?
Yes.
Sorry, I was just talking and I thought it was good. So, as I say, many years ago, if you want to learn new skill,
You is Jesse, you got muted again. We lost the audio.
all right, let's try this one last time. Sorry, guys. As I say, many years ago, if you want to learn a new skill, start something new, a new business, you have to go back to school. Your time was limited, the opportunity was limited because you have to go to work. And then if you want to do something different, you were not able to do it because you have to make money and you didn't have the time. But now, thanks to this online business, that we have that is involved every time, you have more access to these new opportunities. You can learn, start your business from the comfort of your home. So technology has learned, show us that there is more opportunity. They are more different than 10 years ago, that we can do more things right now and we can build something for ourselves and for our family and be present.
Thank you, Jesse. Um, so we do have also a heart emoji from Cancun to Better Life. So Thank you, Cocoon, for the heart emoji, and thank you for watching. Okay, so Jesse just talked about technology has expanded learning opportunities, and as Jesse mentioned, thanks to technology, more and more, people have access to learn from anywhere, to access to, like you mentioned, education, mentorship, so the possibilities for them to build something, for themselves, to be able to have a better stability is available thanks to the technology that is available today to everyone and from anywhere. So there's the portability of that. Okay, so let's move on to the next point.
Point four, community has become more valuable than ever. Good evening, everyone. Again, one thing I've noticed in today's world is that community has become more valuable than ever. Even though technology allows us to connect with people instantly, many people were still searching for something deeper, meaningful connections, encouragement, and a sense of belonging. That's why communities matter so much. When people come together from different cultures, background, and life experience, we have opportunity to learn from one another. We gain new prospects, discover new ideas, and often find solutions that we had never found on our own. One of the greatest benefits of being part of a positive community is the support it provides. There will always be challenges in life, and sometimes the journey can feel overwhelming. But when we are surrounded by people who encourage us, believe in us, and share their experiences, it becomes easier to keep moving forward. I have learned that personal growth doesn't always happen in isolation. In fact, growth often happens faster when we are connected with others who are also learning, improving, and striving to become better. So tonight, I want to leave you with this simple thought. We often grow faster when we grow together. Thank you.
Thank you, Patsy. So yeah, so Patsy just talked about community has become more valuable than ever, and just like Patsy mentioned, more and more people want to connect with other people uh, to learn, to get that support, and like we're talking about the community, that provides that support and encouragement. Because when as Patsy say, like if you're doing it alone, it's gonna be harder. But when you're in a surrounded by a community that provides you that support, the learning is faster, right? And you can connect globally around the world, but thanks to the technology. But also, thanks to the technology, you can even have those local communities and meet people that even though you were living in the same city, sometimes you never met, but thanks to these communities now you are getting together in the same place. So just like here today, we are from different parts of the world and location, but we are here together thanks to the technology meeting together. So okay, so let's move on to the next point.
Okay. My part is point five. Adaptability is becoming a competitive advantage. One thing in life has taught me is that change is unavoidable, but growth often depends on how willing we are to adapt. After my husband's stroke, my life changed completely. I became a full-time caregiver, and for many years I stayed home. Later, when I entered the digital business world in my early 50s, I had to adapt again, learning technology, social media, online communication, and completely new environment. At first, I felt uncomfortable, but over time, I realized adaptability is not about knowing everything immediately. It's about being willing to learn, adjust, and keep growing. That's also why community matters so much. When you're surrounded by people who are learning and evolving too, it become easier to move forward with confidence. And I think the takeaway here is this: the world will continue to change, but people who stay open, coachable, and willing to learn often create more opportunities for themselves in the future. Thank you.
Thank you, Connie. So yeah, so Connie just talked about adaptability is becoming a competitive advantage. So just like Connie, share her story, many times, things will come up in our life or we need to adapt, and then to be able to also she was able to start her online business and learning about technology, and that's part of the adaptability, no knowing everything, but just do it, because many times we think that we need to have to know everything, but no, that's part of the learning. If you have to start from zero, like we did, we start learning the and getting those knowledge. So that's why adaptability is very important in today's world, especially when we're talking about the technology and the digital era. All right, so let's move on to the last point. So the last point: success is becoming more personal. For a long time, success followed one common script. Climb the ladder, work long hours, earn more, collect titles, but, for years, I followed that script. I built a career in the film industry. I started from the bottom, going up the ladder, and that many people will call that successful. And I was grateful for it. But at the same point, I had to ask myself a deeper question. So that's when Sylvia was talking about with our perspective change, um, I started to ask my question, like, was I successful or was I just meeting expectations? Today success is becoming more personal. For some, success means more time with family. For others, it means flexibility in their schedule. For others, it means contribution, impact, growth, travel, or simply the freedom to choose how they spend their days. So success is no longer one size fits all. I've seen people in our community redefine completely. Some don't want to quit everything overnight. They just want options. So want portability. Some want to feel mentally lighter. Some want to prove to themselves they can grow again. So what I learned is this: when success is defined only by external validation, it feels heavy. But when success is defined by your values, it feels aligned. And alignment changes everything. It changes how you make decisions, it changes how you say yes to, and it changes what you're willing to let go of. Redefining success requires honesty, because sometimes the version that looks impressive isn't the version that feels peaceful. And peace matters. There is no universal timeline, there's no universal income number, and there's no universal lifestyle. There is only what feels meaningful to you. So everyone is different, what success means to them. So when success becomes personal, comparison loses power. And when comparison loses power, guess what? Confidence grows. So here is the message for all of you. True success is often aligned with your values and not someone else's expectations. So the question isn't what does success look like to them, but what does success feel like to me? Because it's all about you. So that's my message for this point. Sorry. So let's find out what is our key takeaway.
All right. So our key takeaway are: one thing we continue to see around the world is that people become more intentional about how they live, how they learn, and how they grow. So the definition of success is evolving every time. So, and perhaps one of those important questions we can ask ourselves is: what does success mean to me? Because when we answer that question, honestly, we often begin making decisions that are more aligned with the life that we want to build. So think about that.
Thank you, Jessie. And let's find out what is our message for the audience.
As you go through your week, take a moment to reflect. If you could redefine success for yourself, what would be most important to include? Sometimes clarity begins with asking better questions.
Yes. So thank you, Isabel. Yeah. So that's our message for you guys to reflect, and start asking the right questions. So now let's find out what is our topic for next Monday.
Sorry. Our topic for next Monday will be across borders, same growth, what connects people pursuing personal development around the world.
Yes, thank you, Connie. Yeah, so that's what we're going to be talking next Monday. So it's a global conversation about mindset, resilience, lifelong learning, and the shared values that unite people from different cultures and backgrounds. So that's the end of our live. So we want to say thank you for watching the live with us today. And, we hope so that we enlighten you about, uh, what it means, from burnout to balance. So you get to, today we explore all the different reasons, why people are changing and value, what the success means to them. So it might make you, think and reflect, like we mentioned, the message for the audience and the key takeaway today, to reflect about asking those questions, what does success really means to me, and not to others. So thank you everyone for being here with us today. For those catching the replay, thank you so much. And to our followers, thank you so much for being part of our journey, for believing in us, and for engaging with our content. So thank you again, and we'll see you again in our next episode of the
Global
Double
digital
Digital
business
success
Success
talks.
Talks. Thank you
talks.
everyone. Thank you for watching.
Bye bye.
Bye.